So here's a fibroid. See how beautiful an MRI picks up the uterus here? And look what we see. Okay? Look how beautiful they can see it, and look what we see. Now, y'all haven't studied artifacts yet, but you're gonna study it this semester. We use artifacts to help us make a diagnosis. Okay? Now, because ultrasound comes in, it hits something curved, we have these little things. See this coming down here, and you can see another one coming down here? Those are artifacts caused from ultrasound. Edge artifacts, I think is what they're called.
Edge artifact.
Okay? So, what is this artifact and this artifact? What is this? Let's just say, what is this artifact?
Shadow. Edge.
Posterior shadowing.
Yeah.
So we know that we have a very old fibroid that has necrosis. It has solid components. It's got fluid components. It's got shadowing. So there's got to be some type of a calcification in there that causes that. And look how beautiful it looks on MRI. What is this one? T2?
T1.
See the difference on how it looks. Okay? And as an MRI technologist, I will do that. I'll be taught to use T1 and T2 because I'm going to do everything in my power for the doctor to make a diagnosis. Why? They might want to embolize this. What does it mean when I say they want to embolize it? They're going to find the main artery that feeds this fibroid, and they're going to squirt this gel stuff in it that hardens in the artery. It doesn't travel in the artery. It is like a putty, you know, and then it stops the arterial flow from feeding the fibroid. What's another word for fibroid? Myoma. Okay. What's another word? Myoma. Okay. We call them fibroids. Okay. And here is ultrasound. No, this is
MRI.
MRI. They put a box up there. Okay, and here they can do a T2. And what is this right here? That's endometrium. Okay, so what type of fibroid is this? Oh, let's take it back. What are the three types of fibroids? Subserosal, intramural, submucosal. Do you think this is submucosal? It is deforming the endometrium, but it's not. It's an intramural. Because a submucosal will only be a focal deformity. So, endometriosis. What is endometriosis?
It's a cyst that grows outside of the uterus.
What is? Yeah. Sorry. That's a hazard. Okay? It's where endometrial cells have got into the peritoneum. okay? We can't see endometriosis, but we can if we see what? A chocolate cyst. And how am I going to determine
Chocolate.
a chocolate cyst? This is going to be solid, and I'm gonna have an echogenic foci. How am I gonna find that little thing? Up, down, sideways, sideways. Okay? Because when I see this little ditzel, this echogenic foci, I know it's a chocolate cyst. Okay? And I can make the determination that that is endometriosis. Okay? Adenomyosis. What is adenomyosis? You've got endometriosis and adenomyosis.
Posterior to the uterus?
It's usually posterior to the uterus. The posterior uterus will be very bulky looking, heterogeneous, and sometimes you'll actually see myometrial cyst. Myometrial cyst. It'll kick off in a minute and then we'll start burning up. Okay. So here is, what view is this of the uterus? Sagittal or transverse? It's sagittal. It's sagittal. Because on some women, the fundus of the endometrium will be bulbous. Okay? Here's towards the lower uterine segment. Here's toward the fundus, anterior body, posterior body. Okay? See how anterior body is beautiful and homogeneous? Look at the posterior body. It's not. Okay? What are these right here? Huh? No? Arcuate arteries. As the woman gets older, our arcuate arteries, because we no longer have the hormones that we had when we were younger, so my uterus is not changing position as much as it did whenever I was 20. And so my uterus, those arcuate arteries will start calcifying. Also, if I have diabetes, those arcuate arteries will become calcified. What is this view right here? It is corona, but how did I get it with ultrasound? 3D.
3D.
It's a 3D image with ultrasound. Now y'all are gonna learn 3D. I never learned 3D. That came after I already came to the school. I have a complex endometrium. Endometrial polyps. I can also have cervical polyps. I can also have gallbladder polyps. It's just a growth of epithelial cells that are attached to my body, my internal lining of my organs. Okay? If I have an endometrial polyp or a cervical polyp, they can be pedunculated. Sometimes we can see them coming out of the vagina if it's cervical. We can see them inside the endometrium. And if you have an endometrial polyp, you will have DUB. DUB stands for what, Adelaide? dysfunctional uterine bleeding. Okay, dysfunctional
DUB.
uterine bleeding. Okay? I can also have endometrial hyperplasia. Hyperplasia means what, Asil? An overgrowth. Hyperplasia. If I have an overgrowth of endometrial tissue, it could be caused from, I have cancer. I'm on tamoxifen because I'm fighting breast cancer. Because tamoxifen is an anti-estrogen drug. There's several others that are mentioned in this chapter, but they're all anti-estrogen. And what happens is you have an overgrowth of the endometrium. And you can see this is an anteverted uterus, cervix, vagina, cervix, lower uterine segment, and all of this is endometrium. My endometrium, is it homogeneous or heterogeneous? It's heterogeneous. It's hyperechoic to the myometrium. Oh, it's already time? It's 10:02. Is that what time this class ends? 10? Okay. Okay, we'll start over. What slide was that? Okay, so read the chapter. I sent you the workbook. I sent you the PowerPoints. PowerPoints are useless. I'll admit that.